everybody. Welcome to the new year. I feel like I've probably already said this in a vlog, but this year I want to do something new for this channel, and they're going to be my monthly wrap-ups. So I'm going to wrap up my month and tell you everything that I did that I really enjoyed, some books that I read, movies I watched, maybe some of my favorite products that I used that month. And so this is the first installment. So this is my January wrap-up. And I am so very sorry for the terrible lighting and this, but I guess we can start with the favorites. I'll start with things that have happened in this month that are really fun and exciting. And that is the fact that I moved. So we still have to get lamps for this room so there can actually be decent lighting, and I also still have to unpack all my bathroom stuff and like my makeup and hair products and all that stuff so I can actually look decent. But until then, this is what you're gonna get. So I have moved. I'm still in the California area. I just moved into a different building, into a different apartment, and I have new roommates. You will eventually meet them. So that was a big moment that happened, and one of my favorite things that have happened to me this month. Another great thing that happened this month was obviously New Year's happened, and New Year's was such a blast. And I know it was in a vlog of mine, so you probably watched it. I went to a party in Philly with some friends from high school, and we got to watch the fireworks. We were like up on the top floor of the building, and it was a really fun time, even though the DJ was not good. There was not really great music. And then of course also this month I went on a women's march. The women's march happened all across the world. I went to the one that was in Los Angeles, and that was really exciting. I had never been part of a protest or part of a march or anything political, but I just feel so strongly about this that I had to go to it, and I went with some of my friends here in Los Angeles and we made signs. I wish I could have been there longer, but it was really chaotic. We ended up leaving sooner than I expected or anticipated, but it was still a blast. Another really fun thing that happened this month that I was so excited about, I went to an event at Barnes & Noble at the Grove where two of my favorite young adult authors, there was Jennifer Niven and Adam Silvera. Adam Silvera just came out with his new book, History Was All You Left Me. He also wrote More Happy Than Not, and then Jennifer Niven came out with her new book, Holding Up the Universe, but she also wrote All the Right Places, and they're all very sad books, I have to say. Like, they're beautiful, but they're all very sad, so be expected to cry when you read those books. But I got to meet them, and I got to have conversations with them, and they signed my books, and it was a great moment. I enjoyed it very much. And then of course, one last thing that happened this month that I really enjoy, and which will probably be in every single month's wrap up, and that is book club brunch. This month we went to Santa Monica for brunch, and it was really nice, and we talked about 2 books. God, I look horrible. This lighting sucks. Let me try fixing the lighting for a second, because this is really bugging me. Okay, I think I fixed it. Alright, I think that's better. Welcome back. So now let's move on to the books that I have read this past month and what I thought about them. Most of my books are still packed away in boxes, so I can't really physically show them to you, but I can certainly show you pictures of them. And so we'll start with the first book that I read this month, which was NAR. This was the book club book of this month, and I really quite enjoyed it. It's very short. It was a very fast read. I read it within 3 days. And this book is about a guy named John Nahr, who is like an actor, celebrity type person in Iceland, and he became the mayor of like the biggest town in Iceland. It's just about his journey in politics and how he changed the world for Iceland, and he wrote it himself. That made it funny and really entertaining to read. Next, I read City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare. This is the 5th book of the Mortal Instruments series, and I mean, she is absolutely one of my favorite authors. I am obsessed with anything that has to do with the Shadowhunter world, and her writing is just so addictive and I honestly don't even know how to begin to describe the Shadowhunter world and what the Mortal Instruments series is about, but basically it's about these people. They're called shadow hunters, so they're part angel, and they kill demons to protect the humans. And this girl Clary finds out she's a shadow hunter, gets into the shadow hunter world, and there's like demons, but there's also fairies and vampires and werewolves. It's a magical world, but it's also can be very evil. The third book I read this month was The Fever Code by James Dashner, and this is the second prequel to the Maze Runner series, so technically it's like the fifth book in the series, but it's a prequel, but it's also the second prequel because there was already another prequel. It's complicated. But anyway, if you know me, you know that The Maze Runner is one of my absolute all-time favorite book series. It was amazing. It was about the main characters in The Maze Runner, the kids, but this prequel focused on them before they got into the maze. And so it was them from when they were like 5 years old, growing up to teenagers, to when they were put into the maze. So you kind of see why the maze was created, how it was created, everything. And let me just say, that ending blew me away. I was so surprised and shocked and did not see it coming. It made me hate a character. I mean, I already didn't like the character, but now I just really didn't like her. Next, I also read Paper Princess by Erin Watts. This book was recommended to me by a coworker that I used to work with at Barnes & Noble. She absolutely loved this series. I remember when I first started reading it, I was kind of like, I'm not really feeling it, but I'm gonna keep going. And then finally towards the middle of the book, I really started to get into it and was really liking it. Although I must give a warning, this book should not be in the YA section of a bookstore. This should more be in the adult romance section. I don't know why it was put in the teen section. It's But I do enjoy the story very much. So it's about this teenage girl who is a stripper. Her mom was a stripper, but her mom has recently passed away, and so she is on her own trying to figure out life. But in order to make her living, she is a stripper. But then this guy comes and says that he is now her legal guardian, and she finds out who her real dad was, and also finds out that her real dad has passed away, and his best friend is now her legal guardian. And they are rich. And so she ends up living with her new legal guardian and all of his sons. So there's some romance that happens, but there's also a lot of like rich kids in a boarding school being snobs and assholes. It was really great though. I enjoyed it. I still hate this lighting. And the last book that I read this month is The Speechwriter, and I cannot remember the author's name at this time. You see it. You see the book here. I didn't really like it as much as I wanted to. I decided to get some books on politics so I can really dive into the political world, and so this was one that I picked up. I think I was just expecting more from it, or I was expecting something different, and that's not what I got. Basically, this book is about a guy, the author of the book, it's about him and what he went through working as a speechwriter for a governor in the South. I think I was expecting it to be funnier, and I was expecting it to give me more details on how politics really works, but it didn't do any of that. It was just kind of like a memoir about his experience as being a speechwriter, which is what I probably should have assumed, being the title of the book is Speechwriter. If that is it for books, time now for movies. And the first one that I watched was Joe and Casper Hit the Road, USA. Okay, so Joe Suck and Casper Lee are 2 of 3 of my YouTube boyfriends. I am so in love with these guys, and they did hit the road last year for Europe, but they also did another one for a USA road trip, so of course I watched it. And I mean, it's not like the greatest cinematic thing you'll ever see, but it was just a really fun and enjoyable time. It's kind of like their videos on YouTube. They're so funny and hysterical. It's why I love to watch their videos. And then I watched Ghostbusters. I think there's more to the title, the newer version with the girls in it. I mean, I found it funny and all. It's not one I think I'll like watch again or ever own on DVD, but it was enjoyable. It had definitely had its funny moments. And then next I watched Captain Fantastic. I freaking love this movie. It was fantastic. It's a very interesting concept, this movie. It's about a guy and his kids. They live in the wilderness. They don't live in society and deal with all that. They just live in the wild. kill their own food. It was really interesting to watch, but his wife has died, and so he has to kind of go back to society with her parents. They also don't approve of his lifestyle and the way he's raising their grandchildren. It was a very great movie. I did not think I was gonna like it as much as I have, but loved it. I would definitely recommend watching this movie. And then I watched Nerve, and I freaking loved this movie. I've been wanting to see it since it was out in theaters, but I never got a chance to see it, and so finally I got my hands on it and I watched it, and I really loved it. It was very colorful. This again was just a really fun movie to watch. I mean, it does get a little bit intense, but basically Nerve is based off a book. I don't know if you remember, but I did read this book last year, and I liked the book. There's a website, it's called Nerve, and you can either be a player or a watcher. If you're a watcher, you watch people do these dares basically, and the players do the dares, and every dare they do, they get money. But the harder the dare is, the more money they get, and they try to become finalists in like the final round. But Emma Roberts' character decides to just join up and try to be a player for Nerve, and she meets this guy who's played by Dave Franco. They kind of team up and do the dares together, and they make it to the finals, and they realize that this game isn't really what it's cut out to be. Like, it's actually pretty dangerous. And then the last movie that I watched this month was Dirty 30, and this of course is with the holy trinity of YouTube, Grace Helbig, Hannah Hart, and Mamrie Hart. These girls are hysterical. I love their YouTube videos, and so they came out with another movie, and it's called Dirty 30, and again, just a funny movie. It's about Kate, who's played by Mamrie, who is turning 30, and she doesn't like the job that she works. She doesn't have a boyfriend. She just feels like her life is nothing, and so her friends decide to throw her a raging party. Now on to, I guess, the favorite products, or my favorite things. One of my favorite things that I used this month and will probably want for the rest of my life is this. This is the Wen Re-Moist Hydrating Hair Mask. Now, I kept hearing about hair masks and I just had no idea what it was or how to use it or what to do with it. So I just didn't touch it. But then I got it for Christmas. Thanks, Mom. I tried it out and holy crap, I love it. I haven't been putting it in my hair recently. I literally just took it out of the box like 5 minutes ago for this video. Basically, you put this in your hair after a shower and you leave it in your hair for like a half hour, and then you dry your hair, and it makes my hair a lot less frizzy and softer and just feels more beautiful, and I love this so much. So definitely a favorite. Another favorite thing this month that I used is this. It's the Pledge multi-surface spray thing. Of course, with moving, you kind of have to clean your old apartment or else you will get charged for cleaning services. So I used this to clean my bathroom, clean my bedroom, clean the kitchen. I like cleaned everything with this. And also it just smells really good. Oh my god, it smells so lemony fresh. Yep, see, clean citrus scent. I knew it was like a lemon citrus scent. And it really does clean very well too. Loved it. My next favorite thing this month goes along with cleaning. You probably know what it is because I kind of went a little crazy about it in a vlog. I was so excited about it. And that product is Drano. I have always heard about Drano, but I've never had the chance to use Drano because it was always someone else who would clean clogs. But I had to take care of a clog in my drain, my shower drain, probably because of all the hair that, you know, falls out of my head in the shower. So I got the Drano. It really works. I was so excited about this. This really does unclog pretty fast too. Okay, and then last but not least, I'm adding this last minute because I'm just realizing I don't really have a category for this, but I'll add it to my favorite things. I am really obsessed with this right now. But it is the TV show Riverdale. It is a brand new TV show on the CW. I mean, I love everything that the CW does, but I think this is probably my favorite show on the CW right now. Riverdale's like, I don't even know how to explain it, but I guess it's kind of like Gossip Girl, but darker. Not just lighting-wise, but also story-wise. Like, it's darker. There's a murder. Yeah, but it's great, and I'm obsessed, and it's a very addicting TV show. So that is my January wrap up. I hope you guys enjoy these types of videos. I'm hoping to do it for the rest of the year. You let me know if you like this, if you want to see more of my monthly wrap-ups, and then I will continue doing them. If you absolutely hate them, let me know and I will stop. But don't hate it because the lighting sucks. Trust me, this will change. Anyway, I hope you guys had a great month, and I will see you guys soon with a vlog. Bye!